right for Blackburn Rovers as they suffered a 4-2 loss to league leaders Reading right at home at Ewood Park. Are there more horrors in store this weekend? We'll take a little look at that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, this time picking apart Blackburn Rovers' shock horror show against Reading at Ewood Park, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, world football related. We got it all here, boys, and the one Ruski, of course, yes. Goodness gracious me, it was billed as the biggest or the best defence up against the best attack, but guess what, we were toothless at the back, so it was clear, it was free pickings for Reading tonight as it came out on top quite convincingly with a 4-2 win over Rovers. Talk more about that in a minute. I want a big shout out, of course, to the patrons, of course, that's right, support the channel behind the scenes, respect to my brothers and sisters for supporting the channel, especially times like these after we're on the receiving end, and one of these, that's right, let's have a look at it then. 4-2 loss in the end, absolute shit show, oh my goodness, and it was an absolute shit start for Rovers, the worst possible start in any football match ever. I think Reading had did they have the kickoff? I don't know, it was such, you blinked and you missed it. First 3 or 4 seconds, goal, Meite puts the ball in the back of the net. Calamity at the back. I don't know what's going on. It looks like the defence have been playing together for years. You know, before kickoff, it was Derek Williams and Darrell, and I think that partnership this season had yet to concede a goal. I think is that my understanding? But anyway, it looked like they hadn't known each other at all. Calamity at the back. Of course, Ainsley Pears comes in for his debut, an absolute nightmare of a performance for him. So it's unfortunate that he's on the receiving end of a big loss like this. But to be fair, we didn't have much to do, to be honest. The only things he had to do was pick the ball out of the net 4 times tonight. Absolute shocker. So Meite put the Royals in front with a 1-0 lead there. Adam Armstrong, though, quick as you like, got ourselves right back in it to make it 1-1. And you thought, game on! Game on! But no, Rovers with their clamorous defence again, letting in 2 quick-fire goals. Michael Olise, who is a bit of a talent, with a nice little goal there to put Reading in front. And then Josh Laurent giving Reading a 2-goal cushion. And it was only 18 minutes on the clock. Absolute clues. We tried, we had a lot of the ball, we did see a lot of shots again, but unfortunately it was to little or no effect. You know what, it is brave us for playing the way we're doing, but to be honest with you, playing the way we're doing, we are leaving ourselves wide open, especially for a team such as this. And I thought, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't think Reading were the real deal. I thought they were frauds. I thought they were going to fade away, but right here, right now, they've got a good looking team. And again, they've got a good-looking team, but you know, have they got enough depth to maintain that top-of-the-table status? We do have the depth, but unfortunately, our depth was a bit shit. You know, we didn't coming from the bench. Tyree Stolen had little no impact from the substitutes bench. John Buckley coming on to little or no effect as well, and same could be said for Sam Gallagher. The substitutes did not work out today, but anyway, let's talk more about the game. I kind of went down a rabbit hole there. So 3-1 at half-time. It was second half. We did get the next goal, which did make it 3-2. Adam Armstrong once again with a crisp goal. Good assist there from Joe Costello. That's a difficult spot to talk about, that right back, because Rankin Costello has provided assists and does provide great crosses moving forward. He provides the crosses. Nyambi, when played, does provide the runs and the urgency and the tenacity down that right hand side. So it's a conundrum that only Mowbray has to figure out, not me. Fortunately, I don't get paid nothing to figure out those problems. So 3-2, game on, you'd think. And at that point, or prior to that goal, actually, Reading were kind of sitting back a little bit. They were a bit more conservative than they were in the first half, because basically whenever they attacked, they scored. And it was kind of the same case today, because they actually had 5 shots on the day, 4 of them on target, and guess what, folks, 4 of them in the back of the net. That's right, absolutely clinical, which is just the same as Bournemouth. When they played us, they were clinical. When they had the ball, they made sure it went in the back of the net. So that goes to show, you know, we can have all the 15 or 20 shots on the day and quite a few on target, but ultimately getting the ball in the back of the net is what gets you the 3 points at the end of it. We had a couple of good efforts to really get ourselves back into it. I think Holtby had a crisp effort. I think it was a good header by Armstrong, believe it or not. That could have actually levelled the scoreline as well, but ultimately no joy. Of course, right at the end, Lucas Joao made it a comfortable night in the end. Of course, gets his old club with the 4th goal for Reading on the 82nd minute. So all in all, pretty terrible. Quick look at the stats
stats then, yeah, 66% possession for Rovers, 34 for the visitors, 13 shots on the night for Rovers, 6 of them on target. Meanwhile, just 5 for Reading, 4 on target, and guess, like I said, 4 in the back of the net. We had same amount of corners, 3 apiece. 2 big chances, and of course we missed both of those chances. They took those 2 chances as well. Shots inside the box, 10 of them compared to their 4. And their keeper made some more saves. Again, Pears had a pretty much quiet evening, except for picking the ball out of the net. We had more passes than they did, of course we did, but again, to little or no effect. So let's take a look at the starting lineups then, shall we? Of course, kicking it off with, of course, the host. That is us, of course. Pears did come in for his debut, of course. Kaminski was out, and hopefully he will be back. No disrespect to Pears, but I just think it was a nightmare match for him against the leaders. And again, I was optimistic that we were going to get something out of this. I just didn't believe in Reading, but now I do believe in Reading. I think they could be. People were dubbing us as the dark horses for promotion. Well, guess what, Reading, they could have, as long as they have the longevity and the depth, like I said, they could be there at the end of the season. We'll have to wait and see. The Pears, of course, between the goal, Douglas, Williams, Lennon, of course, Ricky Costello as well. Meanwhile, Holtby, Tribal and Evans made up a 3-man midfield. Brereton, Armstrong and Elliott up top, of course. But that's the lineups. What about my match ratings then? Let's have a look at them, shall we? We're going to stick it all off. What we got going on here? We've got Pears, like I said, very inept. Not really busy, but yeah, so a bit harsh for him, but you're going to get 4. Douglas for the 6. I thought he did provide some options down the left-hand side, a couple of decent crosses as well, but ultimately they couldn't get put in the back of the net. Williams with a 5. Lennon with a 4. I thought it was one of his worst performances in a Rovers shirt, to be honest with you. As for Rankin Costello, he did a 6 as well, so ain't too shabby as well. Into the midfield, we have, of course, the German core with Holtby. I thought he did okay with a 6. So did Tribal. I thought he showed some muscle early on, but unfortunately it was to little no effect. Evans with a 5 again. Very, very bland in here. I think we could do with another maybe a Rothwell, or again, hopefully a Dak to add a bit more creativity in this 3-man midfield. Brereton, again, not his finest today. Armstrong did get a double goals, so I'll give him a 7. And Elliott, again, didn't really see much of him, to be honest with you. So that's the Rovers lineup and the ratings. To be honest with you, not that good. Meanwhile, of course, take a look at Reading's lineup. Raphael between 6, Richards, Moore, Morrison and Estevez at the right back there. Laurent and Remnata in the midfield, doing very, very well. Elise, Meite and Semedo down the middle. Hopefully that's the right Semedo, but it might not be. And Lucas Joao, of course, up top, and he is still doing very, very well in amongst the goal scorers. Could I get some more stats and figures then for you? What have we got? We had 791 touches to there, 474. More passes we already talked about, and we also talked about the shots. But they had more dribbles than we did. As you can see from here, the radius of where all the shots took place. Yeah, clinical. That's the word you're going to use at the end of it. Clinical, as Reading ripped us open a new one. Quick at the heat maps. As you can see, Rovers all over the place. Reading just little touches, and whenever they had the ball, they made sure they took care of business and put it in the back of the net. So ultimately, it could show you could have all the time in the world. The patient build up. They're trying to build something from the back and all this kind of stuff. But if you're not clinical in front of goal, it's all going to amount to nothing, folks. Anyway, that's just a little bit what I'm about to say. What about the gaffer? What did he have to say shortly after the final whistle? Tony Mowbray, give me your verdict.
I think their forwards were pretty good tonight. I think we'd recognise that this week, and we had to obviously perform better than we did defensively. I think there was a lot of positives for us. I think you can't defend like we did. Was it 10 seconds the first goal? You can't defend as we did. Our defenders tonight fell a bit short. I think lacked a bit of confidence against the physicality they were playing against. And the deeper they dropped, because they were a bit. Because of that physicality, it didn't help our team playing as we play. I think we were much better second half. I think. Genuinely felt the first time they crossed the halfway line in the second half they scored, which was 30 odd minutes in, but yeah, lots of positives. As I've said to you before, team on a journey really, and I think the signs are there. We have to keep believing, keep going. Team, I think we can score goals. I think we were a threat, and yet we didn't handle their strikers tonight. Listen, we talked about Lucas. He's 6'4". He's very technical. He's very powerful. We've played against him before. I think he smashed one in for Sheffield Wednesday in the top corner from 25 yards. And yet Lucas can do that to anybody. And we tried to buy him a few years ago. Couldn't afford it. He can also have very quiet nights, but tonight he was good. I've seen him do both really. Physically tonight he gave us problems. and the other kid Meite, who's on a hot streak as well at the moment, give us problems. But I did think we had lots of spells in the game where we asked lots of questions of them, and Armstrong scored 2 again. We had, I don't know the shot stats and stuff, but enough to give us encouragement that we're going to win a lot of games this year. The influence, I'm not sure. I think Ainsley has to. With total respect to him, he's come from Middlesbrough with his last 2 managers of Tony Pulis and Neil. They play slightly different, if not massively different, from the way we're asking him to play. He's got to bed into this club. He had no intention of him getting the game time so soon. I think it's foreign to him to play outside his box. It's foreign to him to be part of the build-up, and for him to concede a goal in the first 6-7 seconds or whatever it was was very disappointing for him, and I think he didn't get much help from the players in front of him tonight. I don't know. I said to you the other day, I'm not sure. He's tweaked his groin, and let's see how he responds to treatment. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medic. I go in there and how's he feeling, what's it saying, what's the scan say, how long do you think, and basically they'll see how he feels, see how he is. What day are we on today? Tuesday. In 3 or 4 days. It's probably unlikely, but I'm not ruling it out.
No Johnson or Bell tonight, Tony. Could you tell us why?
Yeah, I think it's best to say they've got symptoms really that we felt is best that they get tests and wait and see what happens, and so let's wait and see. I think Rothwell was in we trained yesterday. Rothwell was in the team and yet came in today at 4:30. Could hardly walk. His back was in bits really, is the best words. Again, I said, you see, I'm not a medic, but he couldn't function, and yet he played very well in the preparation game yesterday, and maybe laying on a sofa or laying in a bed for the last 10 days has not done his back much good, and he's struggling and suffering today with it, so he couldn't play even though we'd done some prep with him in the team. It's a frustration for us that the team that was picked just didn't start the game tonight, and the team that we'd worked on just didn't start the game tonight. It's the era we're in, I think, and that's, whether it's happening to other teams, I'm sure it is. Here we are in the northwest of England doing our best around the football club to distance and to cleanse and to keep everything as best we can, and yet we are suffering a little bit at the moment.
First, take a look at what's going on social media, shall we? We're going to start with a running fan. His name is Joe, RFC Joe J. You're very good at attacking, but seems to completely fall apart on counter-attacks and very quick attacks as well. Meanwhile, Adam Lodge, no, do we want to talk about that? Yeah, Adam Lodge said, I admire the fact, in reference to Tony, he wants to play attacking football, but you have to have a balance. Lennon, he's dropping, he is so poor. Meanwhile, scout forward here a little bit. Solstice Inc. said, less entertained, but not entertained dying. The bigger, better teams are picking us off on the counter. Meanwhile, Lewis T. Hartley said the defence were embarrassing tonight, not for the first time this season either. To think that we can get top 6 with that defending is a joke. Meanwhile, Soyusters again says it's great that we're playing more possession-based attacking football, but we're being killed in transition. Unless you've got a couple of Travis's legs and energy, you're leaving the whole pitch exposed with players flagging, trying to track back. Balance, please, he says. Alex Harris said this, fair play to Reading. Rovers defence shocking, but score more than 7 other teams combined against the best defence in the league is only the positive to take. Meanwhile, Ian Thompson said our defence needs sorting out big time, totally inept tonight, and constantly went missing. Attacking wise, we are set, and with that coming back soon, even better. We just can't defend for shite. Meanwhile, TJ Cunningham said this. Everyone is saying it's Lenihan at the back. One game he's for Ayala, Bell, and Nyambe with him. Then he's for Douglas, John Veronica, Costello, and Williams. Every player plays differently. Chopping and changing each game isn't going to help us going forward, in my opinion. Meanwhile, Ghost of Antic said this. We need to sort our defence. We've got to have one of the best attacking front lines in the league, but defence is absolutely shocking. Invest some money in some experienced defenders that are going to kick people in order. Meanwhile, Ethan Taylor, BRFC, said this. Without Travis and Rothwell, it looks like with the midfield has gone lightweight attack.
beautiful, though. That's just a quick overview of what's gone on social media, of course. There's other places you can check out the old Rovers feedback. That's maybe in particular the brfcs.com forum. Anyway, let's take a look at what else went on this weekend, or this midweek anyway. Barnsley surprise package, of course, 3-0 win over QPR with a new manager at the helm. Could that be a new turning point for them? Meanwhile, Brentford won, Norwich won, the battle of the Germans, of course, the battle of the probably one of the two favourites, of course. Swansea, our next opponents, 2-0 winners over Stoke. Middlesbrough 2-0 winners over Coventry as well. Bristol Malonga amongst the goals. Wickham got a point. Let's give a round of applause, brother. But of course, the game of the day really was not really the game of the day, but it is Rovers 6-2 thriller. 6-goal thriller, 4-2 loss against Reading. Of course, some other games tomorrow. Preston against Millwall, Derby against Cardiff. Luton Town against Nottingham Forest, Rotherham against Sheffield Wednesday, Birmingham against Huddersfield, and Bournemouth against Bristol City, folks. But this is the table as it stands. Of course, Reading are top of the pops, and right now 7 points clear. Holy smokes! Goodness gracious me! They're on their way. They're on their way to Wembley, or maybe not. They're on their way to promotion. Oh yeah! Rovers though, they're on their way to nowhere. We're on our way to nowhere. 1 win and 5. 1 win and 5. Oh yeah! We are absolutely shocking. 4 defeats so far this season, and the first 8 games, less or over half. More, bang on half, you know what I mean? Anyway, a win for us on the next game. We could still get top 6. So let's just plough on. Swansea, though, next, who are second. Oh, it just doesn't get easier. Away. Let's take a look at the full fixture list for this weekend. Coventry against Reading again on a Friday night. Bloody hell. Lord goodness gracious me. Bristol City against Norwich, again, the early kickoff on the Saturday. Luton Town against Brentford. Swansea against Rovers, the game of the weekend, really, though. Stoke against Rotherham. Barnsley against Watford. Bournemouth against Derby. QPR against Cardiff. Middlesbrough against Forest. Preston against Birmingham. Millwall against Huddersfield. And Wickham against Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, we will have a watch along for that one, so make sure you come by for that one. And again, we'll have a match preview for that probably tomorrow or Thursday, maybe. Tomorrow being Wednesday. You know, this video probably will come out on Wednesday. So tonight, later today, or Thursday, we'll see. Anyway, that's it, folks. Bit of a down in the dumps, of course. A little bit less spring in my step, and maybe a bit of a reality check for Rovers, of course. Our big wins against Derby, who are free falling, against Wickham, who are probably slim pickings, and against Coventry, who were down to 10 men. So realistically, what are we expecting from Rovers? What can we expect this season? Are we the real deal? Can we really be in that discussion for promotion, or are we the frauds? Are we the frauds? That's the question I'm going to leave you. Are Blackburn Rovers fraudmeisters? Yes, it's pleasing on the eye, but there's only going to be so long that we can take, trying to attack games and go for the jugular when we're losing 2, 3-0, 4-0 and all that kind of stuff. So things need to change a little bit at the back, and perhaps Ayala needs a run in the team. Perhaps is Douglas our answer? And you got to make your bed and sleep in it, Tony Mowbray. What is he going to do at right back? Is it Nyambe? Is it Joe Rankin-Costello? I don't know. I really don't know. I'll show you what I think tomorrow or the day after when I'll do my preview for, of course, Swansea City, which will be a difficult game. Fortunately for us, we have been playing better away from home than home, so maybe that's something to look forward to. Anyway, that's it, my friends. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, of course. I'll give you a bang up today with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, whoa, football related. We got it all here under one Ruski. And again, be sure to give the video some love in, smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, and also check out the old links down below. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and of course Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the place to do it, pal. See you by the way. Alright, and that's it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get my head down, forget about this one, and move on to the next one. Till then, though, I'll see you all on the other side.